look at the physical world, we are often tempted to think of it as solid, heavy, and motionless. A table seems to stand still, a rock looks like it will never move, and even the ground under our feet feels unshakable. But beneath this surface of apparent stillness, a breathtaking secret is hidden. All matter is in constant vibration. Physics has revealed to us that atoms, the smallest building blocks of matter, are never still. Electrons orbit the nucleus like planets around the sun, but they do not simply rotate mechanically. They exist as waves of probability, continuously fluctuating. The protons and neutrons inside the nucleus also vibrate due to interactions of the strong nuclear force. And even the particles themselves are not truly solid. They are patterns of vibration within fields that permeate the universe. If we could magnify a grain of sand 1 billion times, we would see not stillness, but a wild storm of subatomic motion. Every atom is like a small drum, beating incessantly, releasing energy with each vibration. And when trillions of such vibrations come together, they create the phenomena we call sound, light, heat, life. This means that what we call matter is not dead, not silent. A blade of grass, a drop of water, a stone on the roadside, all of them are vibrating and radiating energy. Even you and I, though made of flesh and bone, are emitting invisible waves. Our bodies radiate infrared heat. Our hearts send out electromagnetic fields, and our minds generate subtle vibrations that can be measured in brainwaves. Ancient wisdom traditions already knew this long before modern science. In Buddhism, it is said that all phenomena are impermanent, which also means they are never still, always in motion. In Taoism, people spoke of qi, the life energy that flows and vibrates within heaven and earth. In Hindu philosophy, prana was seen as the invisible breath of the cosmos. And in the West, philosophers like Heraclitus said, everything flows. So science and spirituality both point to the same truth. Vibration is the language of the universe. Energy is not something outside of us, it is us. Every thought, every word, every breath is part of the eternal vibration of existence. Imagine now, you are not simply a person sitting still. You are an ocean of atoms, vibrating, resonating, singing your silent song into the cosmos. Imagine standing inside a gigantic concert hall, but instead of violins, drums, or pianos, the hall is filled with trillions of atoms, quarks, photons, and waves of energy vibrating all at once. No sound reaches your ears, but if you could hear with the ear of consciousness, you would realize the universe is playing an endless symphony. Modern physics shows us that no particle is ever completely at rest. Even in what we call a vacuum, virtual particles pop in and out of existence, creating a constant quantum fluctuation. In other words, the foundation of the cosmos itself is vibration. Matter has a dual nature. It is both particle and wave. An electron can appear as a tiny speck, but at the same time spread out like a wave. When many electrons interact, they resemble notes blending into harmony. Even planets orbiting stars, or galaxies rotating in vast spirals, have their own rhythms. Johannes Kepler once described this as the harmonia mundi, the music of the world. NASA has even recorded sounds of space by converting electromagnetic waves into audible tones. Listening to them feels like standing before a cosmic orchestra, where meteors, planets, and solar winds all contribute to a vast, mysterious song. And long before science, ancient traditions already intuited this. Hinduism speaks of the primordial sound Om, the vibration that birthed the universe. Tibetan Buddhism refers to the sound within emptiness, the subtle vibration underlying all phenomena. The Chinese spoke of the music of heaven and earth, while the Greek philosopher Pythagoras taught that the entire cosmos is the music of the spheres. When we view the universe as a symphony, the divide between science and spirituality begins to dissolve. One uses mathematics, the other uses metaphor, yet both touch the same truth. Existence is sound, is vibration, is music. Look at your own body for proof. Your heart is a drum beating rhythmically. Your breath is a flute inhaling and exhaling. Your bloodstream is a flowing melody. And your consciousness, you, are the conductor, shaping whether the music is fast or slow, chaotic or harmonious. The fascinating part is that your personal song does not exist in isolation. It resonates with the songs of those around you. When you feel joyful, your energy uplifts others. When you are heavy with sadness, the whole room feels heavier. When you are angry, your vibrations strike others sharply, creating dissonance like an instrument out of tune in an orchestra. This is the principle of resonance. One guitar string can set another nearby string vibrating. Likewise, your energy resonates with others. Even without speaking, people sense your tension or peace. Your vibration touches theirs. This is why meditation masters often instruct their students to listen to the music of the body. Each breath has its rhythm. Each movement has its beat. With mindfulness, you can sense your inner vibration as a small orchestra already in harmony with the greater symphony of the cosmos. And so the essential question arises: in this cosmic music, what melody are you playing? Are you vibrating with fear, anger, envy? Or are you resonating with compassion, gratitude, and love? Whatever you choose, it does not affect only you. It ripples outward, shaping the collective music of humanity. The universe will never stop playing, but you can decide. Will you be a jarring noise or a harmonious note in the eternal song? If atoms vibrate, if the universe itself is a great symphony, then what about human beings, creatures endowed with awareness, thought, and feeling? Are we merely passive instruments, or do we have the ability to consciously adjust our vibrations? Modern neuroscience has given us a fascinating answer. The brain emits measurable electrical activity called brainwaves. These waves oscillate at different frequencies depending on our state of mind. In beta state, when we are busy thinking, solving problems, or worrying, the brain vibrates at a fast, somewhat chaotic rhythm. In alpha state, associated with relaxation and creativity, the waves slow down and harmonize. In theta state, reached during deep meditation or before sleep, the waves grow even slower, opening doors to intuition and inner visions. And in delta state, the brain vibrates at its slowest, accompanying deep, dreamless sleep and profound restoration. Thus, consciousness is not fixed. It is a melody that can shift across frequencies. Every time you calm your breath, meditate, or simply let go of anxiety, your inner vibration transforms. You tune yourself from a noisy station into a clearer channel. Ancient teachings echo this. In Buddhist meditation, practitioners focus on observing the breath and stilling the mind, thereby bringing vibrations into harmony. Taoist masters speak of cultivating inner resonance, where body and spirit vibrate together with heaven and earth. Hindu yogis teach the alignment of chakras, seen as energy centers vibrating at different frequencies, from the base of the spine to the crown of the head. Carl Jung, the great psychologist, viewed the human psyche as a vast field where conscious and unconscious energies interact. Dreams, symbols, and archetypes are not static images, but vibrational currents surfacing from the depths of the collective unconscious. Each of us carries within a resonance that connects to the entire lineage of humanity, and everyday experience confirms it. Have you ever walked into a room and immediately felt an atmosphere, warm and welcoming, or heavy and tense, before anyone spoke a word? That is vibration. Or felt yourself comforted by simply being near a calm person? That too is vibration. Or noticed how anger can escalate quickly in a crowd, spreading like fire? Once again, vibration. Our emotions are not locked inside us. They radiate. Love, gratitude, compassion. They emit subtle yet measurable fields. The HeartMath Institute has shown that the human heart produces an electromagnetic field extending meters beyond the body, and this field changes according to emotions. When you are in coherence, calm, loving, aligned, your heart's rhythm creates harmony in the field around you, influencing others. This is where science meets spirituality. The Buddhist teaching "mind shapes reality" finds resonance in physics, which shows that consciousness affects matter in experiments like the double slit. The Taoist idea of heaven and human as one aligns with modern ecology, which proves our internal state directly affects how we interact with the environment. Jung's insight that personal and collective unconscious are connected mirrors findings that group meditation can measurably reduce violence and stress in communities. If everything vibrates, then human consciousness is both a receiver and a transmitter. We absorb vibrations from the world, but we also emit them back. Like a tuning fork, we can be struck by others' energies, yet also influence them in return. And unlike an inanimate object, we have awareness, the ability to choose what frequency we align with. Throughout history, humanity has often seen science and spirituality as two opposing worlds. Science relies on measurement, observation, and proof, while spirituality explores meaning, experience, and transcendence. But when it comes to vibration and energy, the boundary between them begins to blur, like two rivers converging into one. Quantum physics, for example, shows us that matter is not solid, but fields of vibrating energy. Particles exist as probabilities, not fixed objects, and observation itself influences outcomes. The double-slit experiment famously revealed that consciousness seems to play a role in shaping reality. In other words, the universe is not a cold machine. It is responsive, participatory, alive. This resonates deeply with what the sages of the East proclaimed thousands of years ago. Buddhism teaches that mind creates the world. Hindu philosophy describes Maya, the ever-shifting dance of appearances born from vibration. Taoism observes that the 10,000 things arise from the Tao, a flow of energy in constant transformation. These are not scientific formulas, but they point to the same reality physics now uncovers. The foundation of existence is dynamic, relational, vibrational. Carl Jung, bridging East and West, spoke of synchronicity, meaningful coincidences that suggest an underlying connectedness. He saw psyche and matter as two aspects of the same reality, interacting like notes in a single song. His dialogue with Eastern philosophies and his recognition of symbols as living vibrations continue to inspire psychology and spirituality alike. And what of modern discoveries in biology and neuroscience? They too affirm the vibrational nature of life. Our cells communicate through electrical impulses, our DNA emits and absorbs light, our nervous system functions like a vast orchestra of signals. Heart rate variability studies show that emotions literally alter the rhythm of the body, broadcasting coherence or incoherence outward. When we step back, it becomes clear. Science and spirituality are not adversaries, but dance partners. Science offers precision. Spirituality offers depth of meaning. One measures the rhythm, the other listens to the music. And when they dance together, we begin to glimpse the full picture. The universe, as vibration, energy, consciousness intertwined. The danger lies in separation. A purely scientific view risks reducing life to cold mechanisms, stripping away wonder and responsibility. A purely spiritual view risks floating in abstraction, ignoring the concrete evidence that grounds us. But when the two meet, we gain both, grounding and transcendence, a map and a compass, a melody and its score. Think of it like this. Science is the eye that sees the waves. Spirituality is the ear that hears the song. Together they remind us that the ocean of existence is not only measurable, but meaningful. So perhaps the question is not whether you are scientific or spiritual, but whether you are willing to see with both eyes and listen with both ears. For only then can we truly understand what it means to live in a universe where every atom vibrates, every heart resonates, and every consciousness participates in the cosmic dance. If vibration is the essence of all existence, then healing is not only about repairing the body, but about restoring harmony to the music within us. Illness can be seen as a disharmony, a string gone out of tune, a rhythm broken. Healing, then, is the art of tuning, bringing the instrument of the body-mind back into resonance with the greater symphony of life. Ancient traditions knew this well. In Chinese medicine, disease arises when the flow of qi is blocked or distorted. Acupuncture, Tai Chi, and Qigong are not random techniques, but ways to adjust the flow of energy, to restore balance and vibration. In Ayurveda, the traditional medicine of India, each dosha or bodily constitution has its own vibrational quality, and treatment involves herbs, diet, sound, and meditation to bring harmony. In Buddhism, chanting mantras is not merely reciting words, but releasing sound vibrations that align the practitioner with compassion, clarity, and wisdom. Modern science is beginning to confirm these intuitions. Sound therapy, for example, uses specific frequencies to relax the nervous system and reduce anxiety. Studies show that certain vibrations can even stimulate healing at the cellular level. Light therapy is used to treat seasonal depression, and color frequencies affect mood and physiology. Music therapy helps patients with Alzheimer's recover memories and emotions through resonance. Even water, which makes up the majority of our bodies, responds to vibration. Experiments by researchers like Masaru Emoto, though controversial, suggest that water's crystalline structure can change depending on the vibration of words, thoughts, and music directed at it. While science continues to debate these claims, the symbolism remains powerful. Since we are mostly water, what kind of vibrations are we imprinting upon ourselves daily through thoughts and emotions? But healing through vibration is not only about external techniques. It is also about inner practice. Meditation is a profound vibrational medicine. When you sit quietly, align your breath, and rest your attention, you harmonize the waves of your mind. Stress hormones decrease, the immune system strengthens, and the body naturally begins to heal itself. Yoga does the same by aligning movement, breath, and awareness, turning the body into a living mantra. Relationships too can heal through vibration. The presence of a calm, compassionate person can soothe anxiety more effectively than medicine. A hug releases oxytocin, the hormone of bonding, and rebalances our inner vibration. A kind word can lift depression, while harsh criticism can deepen wounds. The vibrations of love and kindness are not poetic metaphors. They are real forces with measurable effects. Even in hospitals, doctors now recognize the importance of environment. Rooms with natural light, plants, gentle colors, and quiet sounds help patients recover faster. Healing is not only about medicine, but about the vibrational atmosphere surrounding the body. Perhaps the most powerful realization is this: we are not helpless victims of disharmony. Each of us carries within the ability to tune our own instrument. Through breath, meditation, sound, movement, and awareness, we can shift our frequency. Like a musician tuning strings before a concert, we can prepare our body and mind to resonate with harmony. So healing is not merely fixing what is broken. It is remembering the music we already are. It is letting our vibration return to its natural rhythm of love, balance, and peace. Understanding that everything vibrates is not just a piece of knowledge to admire. It is a key for practice, a way to transform how we live each day. If our body and mind are living instruments, then tuning vibration is the art of living more joyfully, healthily, and fully. One of the simplest applications is breath. For thousands of years, yoga and qigong have treated breath as the bridge between body and spirit. When you breathe quickly and shallowly, your body instantly shifts into a stress state, activating the fight or flight response. When you breathe slowly and deeply, your body releases relaxation hormones, your heartbeat steadies, and your brain waves soften. In other words, by changing your breath, you change your vibration. You can try it right now. Inhale slowly to the count of 4. Hold for 2. Exhale to the count of 6. After just a few rounds, you will feel your inner energy shifting. Lighter, calmer, more harmonious. Music is another powerful tool. When sadness weighs you down, try listening to a gentle meditation track or the resonant sound of a temple bell. These vibrations touch the heart and carry the mind into a new state. Across cultures, drums, flutes, and strings were never just entertainment. They were sacred tools to create resonance, connecting humans with one another and with the cosmos. Even today, sound therapy is used to treat insomnia, anxiety, and depression, showing that this ancient wisdom still holds power. Even words carry vibration. A kind sentence not only uplifts the listener, but also triggers your own body to release positive chemicals. On the other hand, cruel words hurt both the receiver and the speaker, tightening the heart and distorting the energy field you radiate. Buddhism's precept of right speech is not only ethical, it is energetic. Speaking truthfully and kindly protects not just morality, but the vibration of everyone involved. Meditation is another profound practice. Sitting quietly, watching the breath, observing thoughts, you are shifting brainwaves from stress into coherence. Scientific studies confirm this. Meditation lowers cortisol, increases gray matter in regions tied to memory and emotion, and strengthens immunity. Meditation is not an abstract ritual. It is the daily tuning of the inner instrument, so that the song of life plays in harmony. Even food has vibration. Fresh, natural meals cooked with love and joy carry a different energy than processed foods eaten in haste. In India, sattvic food, pure, plant-based, gentle, is believed to nourish clarity of mind. In contrast, food heavy with chemicals or violence burdens the body with heavy vibrations, clouding both energy and thought. Your environment also shapes your vibration. A cluttered room creates heaviness, while a space with natural light, plants, and birdsong lifts the spirit. The Japanese speak of Ma, the power of empty space and stillness, as a background vibration that brings balance. Then there are relationships. Every human bond is an exchange of vibration. A healthy relationship uplifts and strengthens, while a toxic one drains energy and destabilizes. Choosing companions is not merely social. It is choosing the frequency you want to vibrate with in life. Even the small act of smiling shifts vibration. A smile radiates waves that make others want to smile back. Science confirms this. Smiling releases endorphins, the happiness chemicals, creating a domino effect in groups. A smile, quite literally, is a vibration that heals. When you realize that every thought, word, and action is vibration, you begin to live more consciously. You stop carelessly sinking into anger, worry, or envy. Instead, you choose love, gratitude, and mindfulness, because these are vibrations that make humanity's shared music more beautiful. Above all, remember, you are not merely listening to the cosmic song. You are an instrument within it. The moment you tune your strings differently, the melody you radiate changes, and the entire symphony shifts with you. As we reach the end of this journey, from the vibrating atom to the vast energy field of the cosmos, from the wisdom of ancient sages to the discoveries of modern science, a larger picture emerges. Reality is not solid blocks, but flowing vibrations, constantly resonating and interweaving. You, I, and everything around us are notes in that infinite symphony. A grain of sand vibrates, a flower vibrates, a drop of water vibrates, and so does the human heart. Nothing stands apart. We are not observers of the music, we are the music, and the wonder is this: each of us can choose the way we play. If we vibrate with anger, the shared song becomes harsh, dissonant. If we vibrate with love, the shared song becomes harmonious. Every thought, word, and deed is a string plucked in the orchestra of existence. This realization is both humbling and empowering. Humbling because we are but one note in infinity. Empowering because our note shapes the whole. Pause for a moment and listen inwardly. What melody is playing inside you right now? Is it restless, jagged, like broken strings? Or is it calm, radiant, like a flute in the wind? Your answer matters, not only for your own well-being, but also for the vibration of your family, your community, and the earth itself. Sages have long reminded us, enlightenment is not found outside life, but within each breath of daily living. A mindful inhale is vibration. A smile is vibration. Listening deeply with compassion is vibration. These small acts multiplied change the music of the world. Science too points to this truth. If group consciousness can influence probability machines, then collective vibration can shape the future of humanity. If heart and brain waves radiate measurable fields, then our emotions are not metaphors but forces, subtle yet real. Responsibility, then, is no longer abstract morality, but physical reality. Our vibrations ripple outward, here and now. Imagine a world where humans live with awareness of vibration, where children learn not only math and literature, but how to tune their breath, adjust their heartbeat, and radiate kindness, where relationships are based on resonance rather than conflict, where science and spirituality no longer argue, but walk together, revealing the universe's music and humanity as its musicians. That world is not far away. It begins with each person's choice of vibration today, but a deeper mystery still awaits. If humans are instruments of vibration, how does that energy appear outwardly? Does it manifest as light, as subtle force, as the aura many traditions describe? Is each of us surrounded by an energy field reflecting our health, emotions, and spiritual evolution? This opens the door to our next exploration: the human energy field and the layers of the aura. If atomic vibration is the foundation of the universe, then the aura is the way that vibration expresses itself in personal life. By understanding this, we not only know that we vibrate, we begin to see, feel, and shape that vibration consciously. Before closing, hold this question in your heart. If each of your thoughts is a note in the infinite symphony, what melody do you wish to leave in the world today? This is episode 1 of a 111 video series, where science meets spirituality, guiding, you to understand who you are in the infinite symphony of the cosmos. Subscribe and hit the bell to stay tuned for the next episode. The Human Energy Field and the Aura.